Hello, John Neal here. It's Saturday the 13th of April 2024 and I'm going to do a review of my estarli E28 bike. Before I even start, it's got about 8 out of 10, possibly 9. Well, here it is. It's a bit mucky at the moment, so let me give it a clean and take those bags off. The bags have done well and the pannier rack is excellent. Okay, let me kick off with all the positives. Why not? Let's have a look at, starting at the back here. The drive chain has been absolutely superb. The gear changer, wonderful. The brakes have worked well. Had to adjust them a few times as they wear a bit. And yeah, the chain, I actually altered the chain because it had you had to push the links out. I prefer one of those little ones where you push. Oh, I can't find the one that does it now, but one of these does, and it was much easier to do if I ever had to do it out on the road. The rack on the back has been really good. I fixed a little pump on here, look, which fits pretty well, and that's quite usable. The lights have been faultless, worked every time. I won't say the old other saddle was bad, but I have changed it for a Brooks, of course. What else? Yeah, the front end's good. I love the display on here. It's very good. I put a bell on. Every bike should have a bell. I changed the handlebars. These are really comfortable. You can see I can rest my palm on that section there. Rest my palm on there, and it's really good. The gear change has been good. Brakes in a nice position. This isn't a plus or a bad, but I put a mirror on here, which works extremely well. If I've got a load on the back here, if I put some on the rack, then you can't see. But otherwise, it does work extremely well. And particularly at night, the headlights from the cars will actually flash in your eyes, which indicates quite clearly there's something behind you. I put a front rack on as well, and this I suppose is a negative. There were no fixing points that were clear to see. This is on the mudguard stay, and I had to extend it out, particularly on the other side where the brake is, the disc, because I had to put a spacer of about a centimetre to fit that in. But it's on, it's fitted, and there's a couple of zip ties there to hold it tight, but that works well. I occasionally use some more pannier bags if I'm going shopping or whatever. Otherwise, yeah, the ride is superb. I like it a lot. It's very comfortable, position's good, and the battery works well. It charges really quite quickly. From what I can remember, probably 2 or 3 hours, and it goes from, you know, virtually empty to full, which is good. And yeah, I'm not the lightest person, and there are a few hills around here, so you're not going to get the absolute maximum that the manufacturers say. But at a stretch I can get 30 miles out of it, which is good. And that's generally on a battery, or shall I call it the power setting, is from 1 to 5. I usually sit it on 3. And then if I'm on my way back and I've got a couple of miles to go, I've got a hill to get up as well, so I stick it on 5 to finish off with, and I know I can get back on that, which is useful. So yeah, by and large, absolutely brilliant. I like it a lot, and it's been very good. However, there are some downsides. Let me go into those. Right, some downsides. First thing is, I had a bike very similar to this similar Schrobe Marathon tyres, supposedly puncture proof, protected, whatever. I had them on my old bike, which was a hybrid, for about 8 years and had no problem whatsoever. Within the first 2 weeks I had a puncture front and back, 2 on the back tyre, Got no idea why. That's just the make of the tyre, I suppose. The other funny thing was, well, it wasn't funny, I had to overcome this, was that the only way you could get the back wheel out was to attack this nut, this one here, and on the other side. So unless you've got a spanner to get that, and if you're on the road and you haven't got that spanner and you need to get the tyre out, you are stuck. So I had to buy one especially for it. And then I've taken, I just thought about this, I've taken tyres on and off bikes for the last 50 odd years, if not 50, 60 years. And I've never had this before. Basically, the cover, the tyre, is slightly too big for the wheel because it only just grips on the wire rim. And as a result, when you put the tyre back on and you think you've got it on, you've popped it in, it's all been done properly, and then you start to inflate it, it will slightly burst out in one of various places. And guarantee if I took that tyre off now and refitted the tyre, I would have to make sure and fit it probably 2 or 3 times to make absolutely sure that the wire was inside the rim. So there is a difficulty there which I've not come across before, which is slightly annoying, but now I know it's there, I can deal with it. So taking the wheel out is a problem, and the tyre, both the inner tube, well, the tyre punctured at least twice and is a bit tricky to get back in. One or two other things. There is, look at this, I've had to put this on, but I've had to zip tie it on. There's no fixing points on it, you know, a bit like this. A couple of those in there would be perfect. The other slight thing is, I don't know if you can see, but the screws holding the, here we have the, the battery connector. They are, well, they're not stainless, and they are rusting, and that catches a lot of the water down there. So hope they last for long enough to keep going. What else? Oh, I changed the pedals. These are slightly wider than the ones that were on. I did have some other ones off my old bike and I did notice the difference, but I bought some new ones and those are much better. Slightly wide, about ½ inch wider. Were they 3.5 and 4 inch? Not sure. Coming forwards here, everything else seems to be fine. Now here's the biggie. This is the gaiter on the suspension. 16 months and it's shot, completely shot. And I'm not even sure if it's going to be easy to put a new one on if I sent for one. Because surely it's got to take the whole lot apart to fit it on. So there you have it, folks. The estarli E28. Absolutely fine bike, I really like it. Yeah, the pros outweigh the cons completely, but there are one or two little cons. Oh yeah, there's a zip tie thing on one of the cables which is just broken as well. It just didn't last the distance. What, 16 months and just perished. Plastics will perish after a while, and I think they've got to be somehow good quality to make them last the distance. But that gaiter on the front suspension, yeah, those are the only extras I had on it, by the way. It cost less than 2,000 quid, which was good, and just. I got the pannier rack, mud guards, suspension, and I chose the colour black. So it was a bargain. Not a bargain, that sounds like it's cheap. No, it was a good buy. It served very well, but there's just those one or two little niggles, which I think maybe they've changed them, I don't know. A big shout out for Dave Allen of Allen's e-bikes in Leighton, Buzzard. Very friendly chap, very helpful, and yep, that's the place to go for your e-bike. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and you'll see me next time. That's my estarli bike for you.